plans and how are you celebrating the Valentine's Day with your family, friends, and your love? Abeka Solutions, in collaboration with Sammy Flex TV, has done it again. It is the Vows Day special in Dubai with Sammy Flex. Coming this 9th to 16th of February 2023. Minuyaba, with a lot of experience on the desert safari, Dubai Free, Atlantic's Water Park, Dubai City Tour, party in the club, and after the yacht party. Now for you, yes, also the romantic dinner party. No, so so package when you know, yeah, 13,000 Ghana cedis. So person new will be dime back one. Now so one person would die at 14,500 Ghana cedi. Pick your phone, call us and book us now on 0243 514 732 or +971 559 494 061. Habibi, have fun with love.
Me did the young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for you, Pacuma Busia for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Aye easy, aye convenient, aye fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover aye map him. Tap send. Intienne, also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Nefesi kakomu Busia for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Check now. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Sugar level, check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre tudo nani etena ka mu kwanten akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo o so to mfa akosika swane ne mpatamu anase achimota la pass ekosinsa Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane, anasa ade bia wo pebia. So ukoton ko ade a ene bebia wo se wutumwa eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto or call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
December is still getting better and better here in Ghana, and I can tell you that all the event people are actively putting things together to make sure they will get the people jamming throughout the month of December, and even in the early weeks of January, I hear there will be some events which are also part of the December in GH event. So far it is looking good. At least I'll not be able to attend all of them, but I wish I can attend some few ones, like Beam concerts, like Rapaholic, like the Kiss Daniel concert is Kiss Daniel live in concert. That concert I want to go. Obviously, I'm missing the Whiskey concert. It hurts me though, but I'm missing it. Looking at how things are going, all things being Korea will also be in Sierra Leone on that day, alongside Shatawale, who's also performing at the Ecofest. Okay, Ecofest event. So I'm going to miss that, but it was one event that I wanted to go. That Whiskey concert, I didn't want to lose it. Yeah, I didn't want to miss that show, but it hurts me by looking at the way it is going. I'm going to miss it. Yeah, but and what again? I would also want to do 2026. I would also want to go to that event. It is an event that I've been part of ever since it started. I really wanted to be part of that one too. And oh no, that one, I think if I work out, I can go there. And which again, Chamo, which of the events would you want to go?
Wonderland.
Oh, Wonderland. Agenda event. Agenda must agenda at Wonderland. 2 days in the wild. So what about which of the shows would you want to attend?
I think the Wizkid one. I just want to see how.
Oh, so you want to go, eh?
Yeah, I want to see how the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, then Roland, work out ticket for Chemo to go. At least Chemo should represent us. Yeah, Chemo, you have to go. You have to go. In fact, someone here should go. We have to work out some things for you guys to go.
Sure.
Is that the only one?
And in January seat, there is the Black Star Line Festival by Vic Mensa.
Vic Mensa, yeah, that one. Yeah, that show too. I want to
that
go.
one.
That show too. I want to go. Yeah, that show too. I want to go.
Yeah.
So Chemo, you want to go just one? Eh? Go to one.
The Daniel one, and then maybe any comedy event.
Yeah.
I'm also a comedy.
Yeah, Obi Amponsa is having his.
That one
Friday.
too. I'm missing. That one
This
too. I'm
Friday.
missing. I'm missing that one too.
Foster
Unfortunately.
Romanos will also have his on the 23rd. Dr. Sass will also have his on
No,
the 30th.
I'm just interested in the picks among the events. So, Barrister, how about you? I know so many events have been advertised. Which one would you want to? You cannot do all. In fact, you cannot do all. Your mic. Talk to your mic.
If I get a chance, I think I would do. Obviously, the BIM concert.
Oh, of course, that one there. I mean, you've booked your seat already.
Your chair did it.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting for that day. The next day is Sammy first.
Oh, Sammy experience. Now it is Sammy
yes,
experience.
yes.
Yes, I also want to go to that show because Sammy show there. There has never been a dull moment in Sammy show. I would also want to go to Sammy first. Oh no, Sammy experience concert.
Yes, Sammy experience.
At the
same
Grand
venue.
Arena.
Grand Arena.
Yes.
Oh, it was
the day after the BIM concert.
Oish.
So
Wow. A bosu.
yeah.
A bosu pa. And
Last year,
and these are father and son too.
last year it was the same way.
Oh, last year it was the
Yes,
same.
After the BIM concert, then Sammy first. Sammy experience. So let's see. I want to attend the Wizkid one.
Okay.
I want to see how the stadium will be.
Yeah. You know, you guys have to go.
I've seen footages of them already.
setup.
Yes, setting up the whole place and the stage there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Are they using the TEF?
Yes, they are using per the picture I saw. They are using the TEF and it's a huge one. It's a huge one. The stage is a huge one.
I'm more about being TEF, but in Kofobu, Kromoma, yeah, TEF, and Famoma.
It's a ubotum naturally. I'm giving to Richie.
Business.
Yeah.
They are not really using the TEF. It's the same setup.
No, it is the setup is on the TEF.
Everybody is always on the TEF.
We are talking
But
about
just that not in the
the
middle,
fans.
like in the middle. It means that it's going to be one-sided.
One side, like they have been doing
they
all
have
the
been
time.
doing.
Yeah.
We want a show
Oh, no,
where
then-
it should be in the
then it's
middle.
still the same thing I'm
Yes,
saying.
yes.
I'm talking about are they using the TEF as it have been in
Where
the
the-
audience?
The stage
Come
is
in,
in
yeah.
the
Okay,
middle and then
okay,
yes.
okay.
So they are still going to use the one side kind of thing.
Yeah. So obviously the crowd will come.
But that thing that was broken, have they fixed it? On the Shatawale show, they broke the entrance. One of the
It has been fixed
It
a
has been
long
fixed.
time. It has been fixed.
Ghana,
But the funny thing is that right after Wizkid concert, the following day, I think the Black Satellite also are having a friendly match with Hearts of Folk. On that same.
Oh, they will do it. So the
They
engineers
will do
work
it.
on
No, that is if they will be able to dismantle because this thing it takes days for them to dismantle.
Yes, it's. I think it's been 2 weeks
Doing the setup.
Yes, doing the setup for
So
the
it
show.
means they can't take one day.
They
to
probably
dismantle.
they will take the match to Cape
They would have to postpone it, I guess. That's one funny thing about this whole thing. They would have.
And then I would like this one, the Afrochella, Afro Nation.
Hey,
Or this
hey!
one.
I have to update my list.
Yeah.
No, I have to update my list. Yeah, I also want to go to those shows
yes,
as well. Ever since Afrochella and Afro Nation came, I've not attended.
Myself. I've not experienced any of them. And I want to.
I have to update my. I think I have to start looking for the place. Just that some of them are coincided, so you don't know which one.
Which one?
Because Wonderland is 26
and
27th, and one of the shows they are also on those days.
Yeah. Samini Experience is on 26th.
No,
25th.
24th.
Okay, 24th.
And then
24th.
Rapaholic
is on
25th.
25th.
So it's in line like
Wonderland is on 27, 28.
Aside that, Charlie, landlord go take money. Oh, this December today, shows to they come like that.
Why your rent is bad?
I swear.
Oh no.
So I mean, there
you have to change it. No, you
I have to. But
no, you have to deliberately move your rent to like June, July.
If only the landlord go agree. But I'm trying to see if I can attend few of them and have that experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and now I'm sure with your level, you are not going to buy tickets, so just work out. I think this morning Jata was showing me a link that you have.
Yes,
With the
media
one
yeah.
for media.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
I think
accreditation.
that has expired. The Wizkid one has expired. It is left with the Afro Nation. Yeah, that of Afro Nation is still active, but that of Wizkid has expired.
They finished.
The link online when you log on, you
So
try
it means now you cannot apply again.
you can't apply again.
But when was it released?
It was
I
released
said yesterday.
it was released about 3 days ago.
So why didn't you share then?
It was released
But
about 3
people
days
want to
ago.
go and you didn't share. How about you? Which one are you also going to?
Oh, for me, I would want to go to almost most of them. Wonderland, yeah.
There's not traffic.
Wonderland, yeah. It's on my calendar. I would also want to go to. I would also want to go to the from 23rd. That is the Beam concert, the experience, Samini Experience, Rapaholic. I would want to do. Afrochella is on 28th, 29th, and Afro Nation is on what day? Let me see. Afro Nation Africa. Yeah, so I would probably want to go to Afro Nation is also on 29th and 30th. So it continues like that. Oh, Yami Adoma.
I don't have that edge.
But we are looking at Accra events. Kenyatta show is also becoming in Takrade.
Made in Tadi.
Made in Tadi would be I think on 24th or so. Yeah.
Made in Tadi is my game.
Made in Tadi would also be on. So.
Wow. Another agenda show. I love the agenda shows, you know. Oh my goodness. But we'll try. It is Christmas and I know now that everybody is celebrating Christmas in Ghana. You will see how best we also be working. Unfortunately for us, it is work. Unfortunately for us,
it is
no,
work.
We are talking about we're going to this event, that event. To us, we are going to work. If you think it is just going to be fun, no, it is not. To us, it is work. But we'll see what we can do. Thanks, guys, for being a part of today's show. This is called Showbiz Daily. We are live on Sammy Flex TV. And already you've heard voices of my panel members today. Young Barrister is in your shot. He is a social commentator. Of course, he's also an observer of the creative arts in Ghana. And he's the lead person when it comes to Beam Natives Global. And I also have Roland Amate, also an event blogger, event promoter, a talent manager, and one of my pundits here on the show. With Intim Dodo Solomon, aka Chemo, who is our online manager here at Flex Entertainment, also a digital content strategist any day, anytime. And to the guys behind the scenes, Digital Rasta is on camera, Richie Flex is the editor, director of the show, Emmanuel Fori Lapiji is our producer, and Gideon Nilantesim is our creative director. Team is set. My name is Sammy Flex. I'll be your host with the most. So what you have to do is to join us as we do some creative discussion here on the show. Now let's start with story number one. And I know this story has been trending, but we'll do it next. I have seen a post coming from one guy who is a journalist in the entertainment industry. I hear he's also the CEO of Afrobeat something. So in short, he is an entertainment person in the Nigerian media space, Joey Akon. And he has been saying something that has kept me thinking ever since Roland Amate showed me that message. In fact, I've been thinking that what the guy is saying is true, but at the same time, what can we do? And I said, okay, let's bring it on board for discussion. And I have two posts that I'll be reading from him. Richie, you can put the first one. Let me read it. I bring the second one. Then I asked my people, so what can we do about it? So that is Joey Akon there. He is an entertainment person. He has been a writer, in fact, broadcaster. He has been doing it all in this space. And what he's saying is really, really worth talking about. Now let's start. He says, we no longer release Nigerian music from Nigerian offices. Listen to what he's saying. No? Though very true, and I'm still finding the errors and the solution out. He says, we no longer release Nigerian music from Nigerian offices, which is true. And do you know why he's saying that? Now, almost all the artists in Nigeria, it is either they are with Universal Music, they are with Def Jam, and they are the people releasing their songs. So, check. And he says, our funding no longer comes from Lagos offices. That is also true. And he says, the biggest players in our music are no longer Nigerians. The biggest players in our music are no longer Nigerians. Now, our artists no longer want to perform for Nigerians. Hey! I didn't even pay attention to this one. Now, our artists no longer want to perform for Nigerians. You don't see a pattern? We are losing our recipes. Wow. In fact, the last two ones, I did not pay attention to them. I paid attention from the top. But the last two ones are also very important. It says now, now our artists are no longer, our artists no longer want to perform for Nigerians. You don't see a pattern, we are losing our recipes. That is post number 1 Joey Akon has done. And it calls for talk. Reason my interest is here is that this does not only pertain in Nigeria. Here in Ghana, though not majority, but many are also going through what the gentleman is talking about. Here in Ghana, apart from the independent artists who are doing their own stuff, those who are signed onto labels are also going through the same challenge, or they are going through the same thing that Joey Akon is talking about. Richie can put on post number 2. Now listen to post number 2. Which says, 10 years from now, at our current trajectory, we will own no part of this culture. And he's talking about the music culture. When he says we own no part of this culture, he says that all the franchise and all those things will be for the foreign investors or the foreign labels who are controlling the music business. He continues to say that the only power we have now is community and source talent. The only power we have now is community and source talent. Money and the offer of expansion has stripped us of the rest. Listen to the guy, he's speaking. Money and the offer of expansion has stripped us of the rest. Slowly, strangers have wrested control of our art with help from us. Oh my God. Slowly, strangers have wrested control of our art with help from us. Yes, we allowed it. I see the Jamaicans and island music, and I fear for us. And what we are currently selling. The money is good. Institutional funding is a lifeline. But at what cost? The erosion of local ownership, corporate capture of community and talent. And now we are helping them. These are deep posts the gentleman has done, Joey Akon. And when Roland showed this to me, I think last night somewhere, I've been thinking about this. And it calls for a discussion. Once again, we shouldn't think because, he's talking from Nigeria, we should not be bothered. It is our border. This is also our border as well. Ro, when are they buy? What pushed you to even share this?
So, I am one of the people who always sound caution to, especially some of our entertainment or entertainers in the space, not to rush and make certain commitments in certain areas, because as it stands now, everything comes at a cost. there's nothing like free lunch anywhere. It is either you are willing to sacrifice something valuable for something that you think you want or you need, or you just keep your valuable stuff and you wouldn't enjoy something that you would wish to enjoy. And that is what is going on. I'm talking about the fact that the new trend has to do with, one, merging with huge labels because they control the space. They have
the financial
muscles and the connect and the plugs and the whereabouts or the technical know-how to push you to what we call the international level. And it has almost become a norm both locally and internationally, especially on the African space and turf, for African artists now to be clinging to these labels or whatsoever they call themselves. And to me, I find it a little disturbing. And when I saw this post, I was like, yes, this is what I am talking about. And you see, we, as much as we are in a, maybe Chemo would say, infodemic, there is something also going on which is also kind of a psychological war. You might not pay attention though, but you will face the repercussions in the near future. And I like the post where the part where he sells with our help. In fact, we are the ones giving them that power. It is just like modern day slavery. We are the ones giving. When we were colonized,
we are giving them the power because we don't have the capabilities.
Exactly.
We don't have the abilities.
Or we think we don't.
Is it thinking or we don't?
Thinking.
So we do.
I believe we do. But it is just thinking. Because if you should look at it critically, all these labels who have power and that muscle did not come just out of space or did not just have that power in a day. It took them some period of time to accumulate all these things from various resources with deep thinkers in that space. And I believe we are all human beings. God has given everybody brains. And same way the white man can do an aeroplane, I believe the black man or whoever, when you put your mind to it and you indeed want to learn, you can equally build something of that sort or even something more powerful. So if somebody somewhere or a group of people somewhere have been able to build certain connections, certain, how do you call it, plugs in the entertainment industry, and they are now the controllers of the space. Gone were the days when if you don't have a manager, you won't be able to distribute or even release a song as an artist. But now, artists have been able to learn even trades of managers to the extent that they can even sit at the comfort of their homes and release it. And it is us who give these big labels the power because we've made them so. We've given them that seat for them to control because we think that they know everything that runs in the space. Meanwhile, a certain Grammy in America is saying that before you become part of that scheme, you would have to release your project or your song in America. And whatever we give credence to, whatever we give higher respect to, is what would grow. So I believe that just like we have some of these schemes in our local areas or in our countries, if we should give them that maximum respect, that credence or that whatever we would call it, I believe they can also mount to that power of the Grammys and whatever schemes or whatever labels that we think they are our lifeline or they are the end to whatever our sufferings are. So that's one thing that triggered my mind with this post, and I believe that it is worth sharing and worth discussing because yes, we would say that now they are the ones giving us life, they are the ones providing for everything for us, but at the end of the day, are we still going to own that right even to whatever power we are giving to them in 10 years time, in 20 years time, in 30 years time? Are we still going to hold that power? Because not long ago, a certain Beyonce was named as one of the top Afrobeat singers in the world. And the whole social media went buzzing because they felt like, no, Afrobeat just started from Africa. Nigeria and Ghana, and now you are just recently you want to crown somebody like Beyonce as one of the top. It is not possible, and these people are gradually weaving their way into the space to own whatever we think we own right now, which is why they now even psychologically would want to add Afrobeat categories even in Grammys and other top award schemes. So you would feel like you are part of them. But in other sense, when whatever projects that you would have to release in the next 10 years are all released not in your offices, but in their offices, then technically you don't own that power. Then technically...
So with this, are you suggesting that most of these African countries should cut ties with the international record labels? Is that what you want to suggest?
Because if we do, and we build
if
our
we continue.
own, yes.
Okay.
I mean, if we cut ties now,
okay,
and we are able to build our own, build that connect. Because what I believe is that most of these top labels have Africans working in high places with them, which means that we've also learned the trade. We also know where some of these markets are. We know where some of these plugs come from. So why don't we come back home and build something here? Because when they came to Africa to take some of the resources or the natural resources like the gold, the diamonds and whatsoever, they took it back to develop their country. So if we also go and learn something, what stops us from bringing it back, build the same thing here and develop where we come from?
Okay. Thank you, Roland Amate. Of course, he was alarmed when he saw the post from Joey Akon, and I want to believe we are still seeing what the man is talking about. It's not as if it is not true. Everything he said in there is true. But do we have any solution out? Young barrister, you can continue from there.
I read when the producer sent me the thing. I read it and I was like, whoa, this guy has said everything that is going on now. It is not only in Ghana, it's not only in Nigeria, it's everywhere in the world now. I saw a post from Jamaicans also saying the same thing, that the American labels are taking charge of the dancehall space, and they are not able to do what they want to do.
Oh, you saw something like that?
Yes, yes. And I also saw Spice also lambasting VP Records that they have taken their rights and they cannot do stuff on their own.
I see.
So obviously that is a trend that is going on now. And if you bring it back home, you realize that Ghana, we are not part like that. If you compare and contrast, you realize that Ghana, we are doing things on our own, and we think that it is time to go international. I have always had this view that music is not limited to London or America, where you think that if you are able to get some numbers in the O2 Arena, you have succeeded. I have always made that argument that if I have a musician who goes in for Grammy and wins Grammy, after the Grammy, what next? So immediately we limit the discussion to that arena. You would have all these things, like you go to America, you want to be out there. Like the Nigerians, how many of them in this December would host a show in Nigeria? They are not ready to perform to Nigerians. They want to come to Ghana and have their shows. And these are dictations from the record labels that they are running with. Because if they say, okay, we know there is a market moving on in Ghana now, so let's shift our attention to Ghana. And that is what is happening. I think the record labels out there in America have lost touch with their signed musicians. Like, you can mention the Universal record label, you can mention the Sony, you can mention which one, Empire, that is also doing on well, and Def Jam. The musicians that they were working with, are they still controlling those musicians as at now? If you see Beyonce is going all out doing her own thing, so you cannot fully control her craft. So how do we still maintain our ground? Let's come to Africa. The music there is booming. The kids, they want to go international. Let's go there. Let's offer them some juicy deals and then take the attention off. 10 years to come, we will be struggling to even organize show in Africa for Africans, because all African musicians would want to go out there and organize show for the white, and that is the same thing the guy is talking about. Last, I think I was here and I said that Nigerians, P Square, there have been this argument that they have not organized any show, any major show in any stadium in Nigeria. And it is the same thing. They want to come to Ghana, they want to go to South Africa.
Are you saying this for a fact?
Yes.
That P Square, they
have not organized any individual show in Nigeria, in any of their states.
Wow. But you saw when they went to
Liberia.
Liberia.
Yes.
They went to Liberia.
Yeah. And you see, why did they go to Nigeria instead
Liberia?
Liberia, sorry, instead of Nigeria? Burna Boy has toured everywhere, has done shows like small one in Nigeria, and the major show that he is going to do now is Jamaica. Why not go back to your home, like all the things that you have done? Why not go back to Nigeria in this December, organize a mega show, let your people feel it? You get it? So they have shifted their focus, they have shifted their attention elsewhere, and they think that doing it elsewhere and in somebody's turf, you are conquering and you are out there. But if you are not in touch with with your core base, with your roots, then it means everything that we are doing is just coming to a halt. The money, everything. If Ghana is hosting a show in Ghana for Ghanaians, you know that a lot of people are going to go to that show. The money stays in the pocket of Ghanaian musicians. The money stays in the pocket of the creatives. But if it is outside, how much will you come back home with? How much can you come back home and reinvest? And some of these people go out there and they sign 360 deals, and 10 years to come, they are unable to. Let's use Kerry Hilson, for instance. I think when she had a problem with her label, over 10 years, she's unable to even release. They even stop her from performing most of her songs out there. Over 10 years. So let's just assume that, okay, Blacko is out there right now. At least mistake, if they put some embargo on that boy, what is going to happen?
He's done.
You get it? So I think that it's time.
In fact, even if what we heard earlier is anything to go by, that he signed with Empire for 15 years, then it means that even in the next 15 years, all the songs that he's going to record, they are not going to be like he's so right.
And when these things are happening, where they get the resources from, where they get the money from, are not tapped from their direct countries. They are elsewhere, because they would have to get the money and then do the distributions. Whatever comes in is what they give you, and they are the one who determine what you should get, and it is wrong. It is time we own the industry, we own the craft, because the African music is becoming very, very profitable. And yes, and if we want to give it out like we sold our birthrights 400 years ago, like that, it's going to have. Roland said that the Grammy, one of the Grammy criteria is to go there. You see the strategy. So if you don't travel to America to release your song there for their industry to pick it,
you don't necessarily have to travel.
But I get it. Yeah, but you need to at least.
Because not someone might think travel.
But at least sit down here and plug into their industry. They want. I think the industry there is also collapsing a bit, and the only way they think they can revitalize the industry is to depend on African music, because now people are not focusing on the rap music, they are not focusing on the hip hop. It's just Afrobeat, and Afrobeat is Africa. So why not Africans taking control of the African music? Why not we having, let's say, a mega shows in Africa, where all these musicians out there can also come and make sure that if they are able to fill a certain stadium in Ghana, then they have arrived. Why not in Nigeria? Why not in Liberia? Why not in Sierra Leone? Must it always be in London, America? 10 years to come, Dubai is also going to take that shine from other countries, because they are also seeing the light, and they'll be building around that craft, have their own record label, come to Africa, then we will help them. Because when they come, you are an industry person, you are going to introduce some musicians to them, and they will tap from that side and they take the person away. So I think that we should own the music industry, take the things, and then make sure that we establish the record labels,
the
here.
roots.
Yes,
Yeah.
the record labels here in Ghana and Africa, so that people can benefit from it. South Africa was doing that, but they manage some way somehow to collapse the industry in South Africa. So right now, if you mention music, South Africa is lacking, because you cannot just mention the first 5 top musicians in South Africa. But gone were the day you can just get up and say, oh, AKA, you know,
double HP.
yes. Now Casper Nyovest has now he's now entering into boxing. Yeah, he's now entering into boxing.
That's for hobby.
Not, yeah.
But most of the things that he's doing now, even though it's hobby, but 5 years ago, 6 years ago, his focus is the next stadium in South Africa. The focus is like that.
But he doesn't think about it.
No. Just
I know.
Just
now he's just calling someone to punch his face and make money.
Just this him online. He's calling for a
boxing bout.
yes.
Yeah.
So for me, I think we should own the industry. Let's capitalize on the things that we have here in Africa, and then make sure they themselves will come in and spend here, and then we get the money, not we going there to give them that edge.
Joy Akon has really got us thinking, and Chemo will speak finally on his tweet and post. Chemo.
Yeah, this is a bit difficult for me because you see, it's good that we will do things and then own them, but the other side is that you can't just use your mouth to own things. You have to work for it. And it's one of our problems, or one of like we only, like the way Joey is saying it. Yes, I feel like he wishes that we get something like that, but not working hard for it. That's where the problem is. Those who are owning them, those who are giving them monies and all that, they are working hard to own things. But you just want us to talk about it, and for some reason we should protect it in our own way. At whose cost? Because it will not come free. If we want to own them, now the musician should say that, okay, I will not sign with any major record label outside Africa. But those in Africa, can they pay that person the same amount that the person outside is paying? The answer will obviously be no. Because those who are coming in with huge money. So if you want our African artists to stop signing to that huge record label, at whose cost? They will not get what they need or they want to do. When I will only agree with him when you can say that, well, we have huge record labels in Africa who are equally good to take care of you. So instead of giving it to the foreigner, then the Americans, the whatever, let's work with our own people. But we don't have them. So instead of us encouraging the rich people in Africa to invest in our entertainment, no, we are just saying that our artists who they are doing businesses, the artists, they are not charity organizations, they are just doing business. So, and you want them to refuse working with the big record label who will give them the money, the comfort, the ease that they can penetrate other markets. You are saying that they shouldn't go. For what? In this world, there are trade-offs. You can never get certain things without sacrificing something for it.
Yeah.
Either you are sleeping less to get what you want, paying more to get what you. Always there will be something for it.
Sacrificing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we are encouraging them not to work with the big record labels outside Africa, it will be at their cost. Because if they work with them, they make more money. So if you say we shouldn't work with them, less money for them. And should they take that option, and later some of them may even become what we call a charity case? No, they will just maximize their act to make money. If somebody, they will pay, they will sell it to the highest bidder. So I think we should rather encouraging our own people, the people with the money, to invest in African music. And now we have to also convince them that we have what it takes for them to get what they deserve, or even compete with the world. Instead of us going there before we try to even come back to our own people. And some people have done it. And even them, now they are also buying in somebody like the Johnson Ijoko, the Iroko owner. When we have heard his story. He was in Europe as a student, and from time to time he will go to home to visit his mom. And then the mom will be talking about, I want more Nigerian movies to watch, more Nigerian movies. And the guy said, wow, okay, can I do something so that people like my mom who are in Europe and even America will get access to Nigerian movie, instead of calling people from home to send them CDs and all that. And then he created a YouTube channel. After uploading some few videos, he saw that no, the views is crazy, so he should extend it. Then he went back to Nigeria, and before that he had done proposal, giving it to people to support him. And he said he approached more of his kind, Africans, like people that he thinks that, and none of them supported him. Until a friend from Germany, a German guy, gave him the money to do it. Now his partner is a German, and you say he shouldn't take that money because he's a foreigner, and when they started the whole thing and they are making money, part of the money will go to Germany. No, he won't sacrifice that, because his own people at the time didn't believe in it. A foreigner believed in his vision, gave him money, and now Iroko is so big. I think it worth about $40 million now. And at that time, it was just a YouTube channel. And he went to Nigeria paying people for the right of their movies. In fact, at that time, he says that some of them were even laughing at him. That, this guy is stupid. This CD that you can buy it for maybe $5. Now you are paying $100 and $200 for them, because they didn't understand. And in the same vein, a lot of them at that time didn't believe that it would work like the way it did. Working now. Now he was able to do that with a foreigner, a German. And the same thing will be happening in our record label space or our entertainment space. Our own Africans will not believe that it will work, so they won't invest. And the foreigners are investing and cashing in now that we have issue with it. I think he should rather be encouraging our people to invest in our
so you agree with what he's raising, the points he's raising?
Oh, sure.
But the solution is not just the talking.
Protect,
or not to protect
our own. No, it's to compete for it. And I think we have what it takes to compete. Just that our people don't believe in our entertainment. In fact, we all know that when you even get yourself into entertainment, the kind of respect you get will come down until you make it. They will say that, oh, this is for useless people, this is for vagabonds, this for Akoshifuabra kind of thing.
Until you start making
money, you are nobody. And in the same vein, I think our investors, our rich people in Africa, most of them are not interested in our entertainment. And those outside, they have seen it, they know the potential, and now they are bringing in money to take it. And some of us have issues. I think we should be rather talking to our people to invest more. We can even use Despite as an example. He made a lot of money in the entertainment space, but when he got to certain stage, he stopped doing something else. But most of his money were coming from the musicians that he worked with, and he can just attest to that fact. But now he's not doing it. So let's ask ourselves why? What is happening? Why are they not investing in music now? But the foreigners, the Americans, the other people are interested in investing in our people. So yes, I agree with him that they are taking over. In fact, they are far gone.
They are gone already.
All gone. But what can we do is to encourage our people to also invest in our talent here. If they are the ones investing, don't expect anything else. They will take over as they want it. They will even tell them how the music should go, the sound, how they should sound. They should do more English instead of our native.
It's happening.
Yes, it's happening.
Familia not long ago even said
it.
Yes, no, it's happening. But even Stoneboy, we can even use Stoneboy as an example.
Yes,
he was introduced as an Afro pop artist.
Yes, and it's because they are also protecting their investment and they want to make money, so they will detect for us. And this is a problem of us Africans. I mean, we want to protect our heritage, our pure culture and whatever, but we just only talk about them. Some of them, when you ask them now, how much do you make in this music business? Be real with me. So if I have money, I will invest. They won't. They will lie to you. They will give you fake numbers. So our investors will also not be interested in it. But when they go to the foreign guys, they don't even have control to lie to them. They will detect. Yes, everything is there. And it's an issue. So me, I think, yes, what he's saying, the observation is right. But the best way out is to encourage our own people to also invest in it. Otherwise, we should forget it. This is how it will go. And nothing will change.
Rasam, let me add this one. You see, the Egyptian the Egyptian Football League is one of the top leagues in Africa.
Egypt, huh?
Yes, Egypt. And it is because most of even their national team players, apart from hardly would you see, just about one or two would you see them playing in foreign lands. Almost all of them are local based players. And it is because they've encouraged people to invest in the league so much that they even pay players even even some more than some of the players that even play in Europe.
They lie.
Yes. When Zidane, they had a striker.
They pay more than Europe is paying.
Yes. Some of them. Yes.
When Zidane was playing in England,
not all,
when Zidane was playing in England, they had a player, Mohamed Zidane. When he was playing in England, they insulted him because even the local players, some of them were receiving more than what he was receiving in England. And that is how they encourage their people to hold this league. And it is almost even in Akon. That is why they are the highest trophy winners in terms of Akon. Even the CAF Champions League, the same thing. When we are even talking about continental clubs competition, it is Egypt mostly who represents Africa in those scenes.
They have the El
Ali. Yes, it is them. So until we decide we encourage ourselves to invest, we will always play. Our community will always be our community will always be a kind of the source for talent.
But I think that thing is changing now. Africans,
what is changing?
Africans are understanding the music now, because when you check the December in Ghana alone should tell you that Ghanaians have embraced that, and that is why we have more festivals.
In his case, and where he's coming from, even in December, his people are not performing there.
Yes.
So
they are even
Ghana.
Yes. So perform. We would have to take charge now.
Yeah.
Because for now we are understanding the music. So let's take charge.
At least
if
we
not
have
5 years or 10 years. Yes.
Ghanaian beats.
So
Afrochella can convince people to come down and do it. So we should have that kind of investment and owning some
Afro
big
Nation is
yes.
Nigerian and German. So we should try it.
That's how.
Joey Akon, God bless you for thinking ahead of time.
The organizing.
I pray that just as we are having this discussion, those who have huge muscles will also sit to discuss it. So we all find a way out, because this does not look good.
Yeah.
It does not look good. Yes, and I get Chemo's point very, very well. That yes, we can't blame anybody for doing it. We have to do it ourselves. Until we start doing it, then our future is bleak. And that is what everybody should know. It will lead us into story number 2, where Wanluv the Kubolo is playing a peer review role. That I want to know if my people think he is on the right tangent, or maybe in terms of creativity, he might have also committed the same crime that he is accusing or sentencing some people for. According to Wanluv the Kubolo, he listened to a song of Sarkodie and Tulenkey, and some lyrics Tulenkey used in the song. He thinks Nah, Sarkodie shouldn't have endorsed that song to go, because it will rather encourage people to be committing the crime that Tulenkey mentioned in the song. We will give video credit to Larry Bozils, who is the host of Time with the Stars on CTV, Ghana's #1 television. And when we come back, I ask my people whether they agree with Wanluv the Kubolo, or they think that this peer review is not needed or necessary. Let's watch it. I'll be right back.
You said Tulenkey encouraged rape.
Yeah.
You said Tulenkey encouraged rape.
Yeah. I was very disappointed. I mean, he made a verse of, I think, one of Sarkodie's songs, Confirm or something. He did a verse, and in there he was saying like he's going to force a lady has to sleep with him because he has bought her 90 cedis chicken or something, KFC or something like that. And everybody was like, "What are you rapping like that? Like, why are you rapping such words? Because you are going to encourage people to like force people into sex, and also." People think it's normal, like young girls or young boys would think that it's normal to treat people like that because you bought them food.
Okay.
So it's not a good lyric as a youth to promote, even as an adult. Like, it's not a good thing to do.
Okay. How do you see Tulenkey now, after whatever back and forth you had with him? How do you see him as an artist?
No, Tulenkey is an excellent rapper, lyricist.
Right.
You know, I feel he's one of our best. So I would like, like, with great talent is great responsibility, I feel, So I really hope like he really takes that lesson at how people reacted, how I also reacted to it, and just becomes, like advances himself in that kind of way so that he can direct the youth safely. Because if some young boy follows his lyrics, the boy will end up in jail for forcing a girl to sleep with him because he's bought a chicken. You know what I'm saying? So he can put people in trouble. And then on the other side, the traumatized girls, and maybe somebody has just been raped because the person felt like somebody has spent money on them. And as he says this, the person will be thinking that, instead of reporting, he'll be like, okay, then it's normal because Tulenkey is rapping about it, and I shouldn't go and report it. What happened to me was a normal thing, when it shouldn't be normal, Nobody should force you to do what you do want to do because of food or whatever. Right. Unless you are saying, I'm a sex worker, this is what I want to have sex with you. That's a different thing. That's an agreement, Right. So I just feel like, he should just really think about it.
And were you disappointed that Sarkodie clapped?
Yeah, I mean, like Sarkodie is one of our biggest brands, in Africa, if not, in the Afrobeat scene in the world, So why do you retweet and clap if you haven't heard all the lyrics and made sure that it's something that agrees with you? And if you've heard him say he's forcing, like, because of chicken, somebody should by force sleep with someone, and you retweeted and you're laughing and clapping, and you agree with that, then there's a big problem there. You see what I mean? So you shouldn't be making such mistakes, or you shouldn't be in this mindset at this stage in his life, Yeah.
Okay, so you heard it from Wanluv the Kubolo, like I'm saying, playing the peer review role. Barrister, start this for me. You agree with him? Do you share the same opinion like he's sharing?
To some extent, obviously, yes. If somebody comes out to preach against rape and any form of sexual harassment, I should always support the person. But aside that too, I should know who the
No. Wait. I know what you want to say.
No.
There is the message and there is the
messenger. And sometimes the messenger gets it wrong. The message obviously is wrong.
Oh, wow.
But
what are you saying?
But there should be coordination.
No, not all the time. Not all the time. So haven't you seen a drunk saying alcohol is no good?
But
and I won't take advice from him.
No advice. If he say alcohol is no good,
and I won't take it from him. If it were to be only his advice, then I think it will be better I take it. because the person telling me I shouldn't take
Why
it
you
is
find
the
that?
one taking it. So
That's
why
what I'm
shouldn't
saying.
I take it? I won't take advice from such a person. If it was the only advice available, then I will be doing myself the service not taking it.
Okay, you continue.
Yeah.
So you want to say that
I'm saying
because
that,
this advice is
if-
coming
if
from Kubolo.
The message obviously would go well, but sometimes we need to pay attention to the messenger as well, because there should be that coordination between the two, the messenger and the message. Now, with the lyrics that he is referring to, Tulenkey was actually doing a freestyle of Sarkodie's confirm. I don't know if I get it.
Yes,
The confirm, and then he did a refix or a freestyle of that song, and he did not say he was going to force himself on the lady. And if you pay attention to what he said, and he was having a convo that the lady ordered for some chicken and stuff, he went to pay, and it was 90 cedis. When he went, and then he wanted to do that thing, the lady said no, and then he said the move cast. Sarkodie's song, he said confirm, and he said like the lady came and everything was confirmed, but in his case it no go well. So they go back the lady, make the lady agree, then make it do something, because boys are listening, they are already waiting. So say make it knock, make them hear result. But the lady they do long. So as during the conversation, the lady even said that on channel make it just masturbate and then and sleep. You get it? And then he went ahead to say the move cast them. So I think
So the move cast means it get chop.
no, you know get job.
It don't cast.
Yeah, wait, the
It don't
team,
spoil.
yeah, the team sport give up. You understand? And he was like, "Oh, Charlie, make a." I think how do you say Mona is rape, right?
Yeah.
He was. I think he said, "Make you no try." I think he was trying to refer to a rape in the song, but he said the lady still said no, so the move still it cast. So I think he did not pay attention to the lyrics. As a rapper himself, I don't know if he's a rapper.
He's a rapper.
Yeah, he's a rapper.
No, but what he's saying, what he's accusing Tulenkey for is not different from what you are saying. I think
No,
the same
he
thing.
should have paid attention to the song, the convo, the dialogue in the song.
No,
If he paid
no.
attention
Even
to the
if
dialogue,
he paid attention,
no, he
what
is
he's
not,
saying is still what the story is.
No. The dialogue in the song, that the guy was singing, said the move obviously cast, and he has given a chronology of whatever happened. You get it, and later said the move cast. He did not say he was going to force himself. I don't understand the tree version, but he did not say. For what I listened to, he didn't say he was going to force himself on it. But in any case, anybody who comes out to promote any form of sexual harassment in any form, obviously we will not even applaud or praise a person for it, because it is a crime. Nobody wants to see a sister being raped. You get it? So anybody that will come out to promote that. But this is a creative who was trying to project a certain talent with a dialogue. So if you pay attention and follow the dialogue very well, you'll know that he was trying to just make fun of a certain situation, and even went ahead to say that despite all the processes that he went through, despite the things that he bought for the lady, and even invited the lady over to his house. Not that he met the lady. It happens to her. Sometimes you invite a lady over, and then she's aware that she's coming to your place. All right. So now, brother, can you just imagine, say you invited a lady over to your place, okay, and then she said she was going to come. You sent her a message in the morning, then she came late in the evening, 10 p.m. She comes and then she dresses. She goes in to change and then put on your shirt. About 11:30, 12 o'clock. Brother, you carry your body touch no say, "Bro, baby, you're there."
Should not come there for sex.
She don't come there for sex.
Yes.
Hey, they can't watch football match.
Maybe she just wanted a company.
And a company, they own a company. Yeah, so sometimes we as guys, we face some of these challenges when the ladies come around. They try to play around some more. They will give you, ladies, they will give you small tough time before you go play around small. But I think that is what he wanted to do. But for any promotion of rape or any sexual harassment, we would always condemn it. But on no so cry now or kasano, you make my toto, they pay me. This be in song. They be in songs. But if you want to
for you
if
make
it is
my
a project,
you make my daughter, it can even happen between a husband and a wife.
Sure.
Oh no, yeah. No. What I mean is that one can even happen between a husband and a wife.
That song.
When one night the husband gives it hard to the wife, the wife can say, "Make my daughter they pay me." That one is.
Well, I think that if he's on a tangent to promote certain clean
lyrics.
I think it is okay. Jamaica recently have also called their musicians not to do such gun songs and do sexual songs. And if you do, they will not play it on radio. They have, they put out a law. And I think that if he's calling for that, let's support him. But we should know how we attack musicians who are, creating stuff.
Okay, Chamo, continue from there.
Wanluv the Kobolo. He's my guy.
I know, right?
Yeah, but you see, when somebody wants to take that moral position and criticize others, sometimes it's difficult to win any case when it comes to that. I mean, because what he said is something that nobody will encourage or endorse that people do. But the problem is the way he puts it. Like, even if that's not the case, you can't say much. It's like he's saying the right thing. Let's just say no to it, instead of saying no, what you said is not true. No, because the core message coming seems positive. I mean, it's something that nobody will endorse. So why should you even say that he shouldn't say it like that, or he shouldn't say it? You have issues with people. Some people, when it comes to matters like this, they are so emotional, they are not ready to reason. It's not logical to them anymore. We can't be logic with this. So it makes it difficult to even comment. It's like, okay, what he's saying is right, so let's support him and then we end it. But when we have to go deeper, then somebody like Wanluv and things that he has done, he will fall short to give such an advice based on his own words and all that. He will fall short. But this is a good advice coming from him. Just that now, okay, if the guy Tulenkey comes out and says, no, that's not my intention, or in fact, you are even getting it wrong, then how do we go about it? Just that, it's not good or in any way. In fact, don't assume. That's why we advise. Don't assume that a lady coming to your house with all the things indicating that something may happen.
She's coming for sex.
Yes. Don't just assume. Ask. If she says no, it's no. Ask. Don't assume that her action is calling for it. No. I mean, that's the kind of message that we preach to people. And me, for instance, I think it's better not to be a victim. Avoid being a victim than rather being a victim. So the ladies, don't also give mixed signals.
Missed signals.
Yes. Don't even go. Why will you go to a guy's home from after invitation in the morning? You will go in the evening. Take your
undress and move into a different
the point is,
she's going to sleep.
No,
she did not bring her.
The point is,
how do you call
the point is, you are going to risk thinking that the guy is okay or clean. Why do you risk it? That's my point. Why do you even risk it? That you are going to give him company for what? And you are not thinking that, no, this guy may not be decent as I see him. Why don't you take the extreme position and not go if you are not ready for it? And me, I preach that thing more than even those who are doing it, because if you are a perpetrator and we catch you, we know what the law will deal with you. I mean, when we catch you, the law will deal with you. So if I say that, if perpetrators don't stop because they are optimism bias, tells
It's
them
high.
that they
You
won't
can do
catch
it,
me.
yeah.
I will
Yeah.
do it and go scot-free. So the victim will suffer. So why do you want to be a victim? If they tell you that when you get to Kaswa around 12, there are certain places that you don't pass, and you want to pass there for them to do whatever, and later you will come and say Kaswa there is no good, Kaswa there. No, take precautions. Like, don't let it happen to you. So yes, when you go out with a guy buying you food, doing certain things for you, the guy will also want something in return. If you are not ready for it, don't even take it.
Don't eat the indomie.
Don't put yourself in a position that you may be a victim.
That's a comedy.
Yes, so after eating the food, run. Don't make it look like, okay, because you don't want to look like you just needed the food but not the other thing. So you are trying to play smart, be no, you wait why to get what you want. No, you can't. So that mixed signals may also you
Lead
may
you
end
to
up
something,
to
yeah.
be a victim. And me, I preach that don't be a victim for us to fight for you. You will be better off not being a victim. If you become a victim, it's 50-50. Yes, you may get people to fight for you, but even the scar, the emotions, the whatever that comes with it, it's not easy. So don't be a victim. That's what I preach. And yes, Wanluv, what he's saying on the face value, yes, that's
right,
what
yeah.
no, we shouldn't encourage anybody to go that direction. But I will always advise that do whatever it takes to avoid being a victim. That's my position.
Okay, thank you. Roland, wrap up on that topic for me so we can introduce the next one.
Barrister's comments and Chemo's comments on Kobolo makes me feel like reminds me of these statements. He who calls for equity must come clean.
Yeah.
That is what they want to do.
Oh, but I also believe in that adage or ideology that sometimes the messenger and the message might not be the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, I also believe in that.
But
Yeah.
you don't take even a good message from somebody who is not credible. It's also
You don't take a good message from someone who is not credible.
Yes.
Because
that person may be deceiving you.
May.
Yes. So that's why I always say don't be a victim.
Okay,
it's
Ru,
better
let's
to
go.
avoid it.
But I mean, the message that Wanluv is trying to point out, I think it's clear. I also listened to Tulenkey's freestyle, and nothing of that sort crossed my mind. If you ask me, maybe it is my way of understanding the song. You are responsible for what you say. You are not responsible for the way I understand it. But he being in that same line as in a colleague musician, probably also has his own way of interpreting what Tulenkey said. And if that is how he understands it, and he's trying to caution people, especially Sarkodie, the likes of, Sarkodie and other guys, of such comments in songs, I think it is a call in the right direction. Because yes, not long ago, Sarkodie said Nanatwaso in a song, and Kwame Eugene said he had no idea Sarkodie said that, was going to even say that in that song. So this goes a long way to even advise other colleagues that yes, whenever you are having collaborations with people, make sure you know what the other person is saying. Make sure you understand, because sometimes whatever they say.
No, hold on. The song was not a feature. It's not a collaboration. No?
Yes, it's a freestyle.
Yeah, it's just a freestyle.
And
But it's Sarkodie posted and clapped.
Yes.
Like Sarkodie retweeted, the endorsement,
So that's what I'm saying. So it is about whether it is a collaboration or it is an endorsement. You would still be mentioning it, because I'm sure if Sarkodie had not reposted it or retweeted or even not commented, he wouldn't have mentioned Sarkodie. It would be on Sarkodie's blind side, and he would have said probably I didn't say it, or maybe it is one of the reasons why I didn't even share it. You understand? But if it is a collaborative piece, and I am doing a collaboration with Barrister, and Barrister says something that probably I think I am not cool with, and I don't pay attention to whatever he's saying, or even after recording the project, whatever he does with the project afterwards, I don't also follow or even pay keen attention. Should anything of that sort or negative happen, I should also be prepared to also take the blame, because I have my endorsement, I have my blessings on that project. Same way, if praises come, the way I would also want to take that praise, I should be prepared when criticisms comes. So it is a call in the right direction. Nothing of that sort should be encouraged anywhere. And I am sure, since Wanluv understands that line in that direction, there are so many people who probably would also think like that, like Wanluv the Kubolo. So I would this time would want, even some people would say Kubolo has a very questionable character when it comes to some of these things, and he's not fit to give some of these messages. But in this case, I would want to distance the messenger from the message and deal with the message he's trying to put across, because I believe it is something that can connect to almost everybody, and anybody at any point in time can give that advice. The fact that probably you are not credible or you have a very questionable character doesn't mean that when you see a car going to knock somebody, you don't have the right to tell the person that, hey, car about that. You understand?
Or there's robbery happening somewhere.
Yes,
and the person says, don't pass
don't
the
pass
robbery.
Exactly.
No. That person has said it. No. That person has said it before, and nothing happened. That's where the credibility is.
So my point is,
so don't make it like.
My point is that regardless of the person's questionable character or credibility, don't also rule out the fact that even at this point he may be telling the truth. And even if you won't trust his word for it, at least be on guard. That's what I'm saying. So yes, Kubolo, we can all say he has a questionable character, but what he's saying, is it true or not? Is it something that we should endorse or throw away? You understand? That is what I'm saying. So let's put the messenger this time, and we should also know when to separate the messenger from the message, especially if we feel that he has a very questionable character.
Not in court. When we go to court, that is really
yes, but this is not in court. This is an open advice. This is an open advice.
You see, because I can twist it and say that maybe Wanluv may have issues with Tulenkey, so he will use whatever means to paint him black.
But
and that's where the issue will come. That's where the credibility issue will come.
I don't want us to only, we are just using this as a case study. That's why I want us to open the conversation even to other areas, which is why I cited Kwame Eugene and Sarkodie's collaboration even as an example.
But let's not also sound as if indeed Tulenkey is promoting rape.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that.
So we are just looking at someone who might think like,
yes,
okay, if I buy food for you and you eat in Kwandia, I should also have a way into your
let's go that one.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just tackling people who will be thinking like Wanluv.
Of course, and you get some people
yes,
to think like
that direction.
Yeah.
If it is so, and that is how they understand that line, there's nothing you can do about it. We can only advise people, like Chemo said, not to be victims. That's it. Because whatever you do, people would still, you see, no matter the most sensible thing you say, there are some people who still wouldn't agree with you. And they would think in the opposite direction. So let's also give room for those people. But whoever that negative thinking would affect, those are the people that we need to advise and protect. So if Tulenkey also did not say that, or that line, according to Tulenkey, doesn't mean what Kubolo is alleging, then I don't see anything wrong with whatever Tulenkey did. Because me, as I said earlier on, I listened to the freestyle and nothing of that sort crossed my mind. As in him trying to even endorse rape or do something like that. Nothing of that sort crossed my mind. But it doesn't also take away the fact that we should also alert people that we have such bad people in our society.
Sure.
So whenever you find yourself in that situation, make sure you are on guard. And these are one of the messages that you should also consider. That don't also go and say that. So if you also listen to the song and you understood the song like the way Kubolo did, you also don't have the right to go and say that a musician even said it in his song, so I have the right to do it. That is uncalled for. That is very unfortunate. So let's advise people on that note, so that we won't have people becoming victims, and people who also probably would want to understand stuff like Wanluv the Kubolo wouldn't also think like that.
Well, that is well said, and Wanluv the Kubolo, I think in a long while has said something very positive, and I want to believe it is something we all have to pay attention to. Interestingly, in another video, he's talking about his new hairstyle, which is looking like the retrogressive Ghana. But we'll leave that one for another day. Maybe when we have enough time, we will discuss that as well. And let me mention that DJ Azonto is a whole vibe.
Azonto mania.
DJ Azonto, man. He has the biggest song of the moment. Take it or leave it. For the form, Allah. You. And yes, he has been one of my friends here in Sotum when he started his Azonto pub, and it was really big here. Oh, he used to come here. Hey, Azonto office, man. In fact, Sotum was, like I said yesterday on TV, Sotum was very huge because of yes, Reggie's and Kismet and
Joe.
Oh yeah, body power. So now I want to believe that Azonto is into music. In fact, according to a conversation I had with him, he's telling us that now he's into full-time music because he's not getting enough time going to studio interviews, gigs, and he's saying gigs this Christmas. What's this?
20,000.
Hey, also one day doing gigs, man. Wow, he's making all the money throughout the season. But he said something that really gets me disturbed a little bit. And I want to ask my people whether they would somehow be in line with him, or maybe someone even say he might be talking out of ignorance because he doesn't really know the profession he's taking and what the profession entails or what the profession demands. Now he's doing music. He has songs he's released. In fact, he's released songs back to back. He has a whole catalog that he's protecting. YouTube channels, blah, 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 boom, 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 taking bookings. But he thinks he doesn't need a manager because his managers are slowing him down. People will send DMs to his Instagram or social media inboxes or DMs and they won't reply. Some people will call them for shows and they will go like, oh, I'll call you back. Producers will call them for interviews and they go like, I'll get back to you. Which is the reality. These managers. But Lapiji has been crying over the years. I called him, he said he'll get back to me, he didn't call. I called, he said he's calling me back. He has sent me WhatsApp message, gave me blue tick, and it goes on like that. Azonto is saying that because of these happenings, he doesn't want to employ any manager. So now, he's the artist, booking manager, he's the agent, he's the publicist, in fact, everything. He says he has advisors, that's the only thing he has. I don't know whether it is a good thing he is doing, or maybe it's not augur well for his interests. Let me take you back to CTV, where I have been hosting the class showbiz, and let's listen or let's watch that portion of the interview. Full interview will come later, maybe tomorrow and the subsequent days. I'll share the full interview with you on this channel. But then let's go watch what Azonto said, and we'll come back to discuss what is good and what is bad in his thoughts.
Okay, and yeah, moment say business there. I know they know direct. Exactly. The probability of winning, no, and I said make it higher. If I sign number, but in Germany there. Na say me ba ende kwa me ba na me sra me do can't to mensa no. Mabamo other sister radio station. Okay. It be do no say akofo say na am here billboards ni ade nyina. Yeah. And kwa say the boy din. Yeah, the boy din. And then me that's Ramanya because without billboard, without a manager, without you know,
what do you mean by you don't have a manager?
Manager there. I mean, if something please can I have no better 20-30%. Sammy.
Oh no.
So no.
Now can you start here bank?
Sammy, what do you mean here?
I don't know person for manager.
It you know, it will show na me the program na we Sunday. Okay no. Na ya me asem to ba. But bia me nyanka me ba. Manager anye. You know that Ghana manager back when I said let's charge Sammy Flex. The charge, they think about money. You see? And I keep on wondering because these people talk about money, but when I meet them, I see them in Lantra and Upeo and things. And I wonder, you want a service? Be sure some person book artists be now. I don't know what is wrong with them. They are not, if they are not ready to work, come from my
yeah.
In fact,
I'll call you back.
What the hell is that?
I'll call you back. I'll get back to you.
Hey, you don't have
I'll get back to
anything.
you.
You don't have anything.
As it stands now,
Oh.
you as the artist, one now handle bookings, Lydia.
You, my WhatsApp number, WhatsApp you from Metro. You, I tell me sick as me. Not because, not say me greedy. Because
Yeah, no, I get you.
You tell me, yeah, 12. Into no, and then I'm meeting for manager. More bouncers, more way, more. Even into manager, no, I'm a fat advisor. Oh no, advisor me qua. Oh no, yeah, why? Or should be I'm a man down. I'm actually make us about 3 hours.
Mistakes are yeah.
No,
correct you.
And Ken is one of my advisors.
Oh, okay.
There are 2 advisors.
Of course,
and
I can top guy.
yes, and I pay them at the end of every month.
Okay.
But I'm some multi say a Jumano now say ye Jumano. You're one guy or train the and I don't know, maybe I'm going to be the body in my airborne, but yet was what they are.
Okay.
And before me back, I now train the pan, and he's still training if I don't put it that way. But oh friend be Charlie. Yeah, Kobo, Minikobo show one Udra Minikobo show baby festival.
Okay.
Odu hotel on also under hotel. Go for my there 5 rooms. Go for my convoy. They paid us well at that time 30,000 years more money.
Yeah.
I'll say hotel in the room this one.
I don't or also.
As a matter, I'm sorry to say this. It's my brother too. They cry chatting. But me feel say the management no
M1.
Because I saw but me feel say also ebi ana me nto mase die. Ko management normally they am feel say o ma boka mo into be back 5,000 10,000 mo nje. But I think say kasika bi aso isika. Yeah. They should I want to tell the upcoming ones that the A-list artists, they are all, most of them are liars. They are lying. How can you charge $200,000 and you can't afford Lamborghini? What kind of lie is this? They shouldn't lie them. Yeah, they say Diamond Papa.
When they're Diamond Papa.
Sammy, I'm going to try to listen to who wants to be all I hate, only hates, or say, maybe give me 100,000. Why are you crazy? Who will give 100,000? No, I'm being passionate on this.
I'm enjoying this.
Sammy, music, because my colleagues know they don't know. They don't. Obey your people, Sabi will not in Lantram.
And then one time Lantram, one person.
That be on 100,000 album, so about 5 shows. Then you can you be richer than Class F. But these artists, they should work. Go for Nigerians, do you know that so many big Nigerians come here and they play free shows? Yeah. And they market their
promotion.
So they should know that platforms do high promotional platforms. You don't take 20,000, 30,000, fine. Then now Uniska, Yamudi able to reject you. Sebita Frache. Uniska, this is the only source. All of them say, who manager say on 30,000, you know. It's no it took a Sammy Flash, you also pay 30,000. Ukoye industry colleague, but they should understand the game because bank mbo a prominent member of bank compo on the queue. They know yes, VIP treatment is everywhere. Yeah. You understand? Yeah, I get it. Uko for flighter or more customer, your flight club, your airline, or more I think cards or priority members.
Priority cards, yeah.
You understand? So I don't know the manager man go what about 2 shows pay?
Wow, so that was a heated kind of conversation, and like I'm saying, I'll share the full interview with you tomorrow on this channel. I think I have about 2 different interviews with DJ Azonto, all on that show though, and they were all hot like that, give and take. If I today, he changed my whole program, how I was supposed to do my program, the way the show was going. I said no. I should play with experience. I should play with experience, and it worked perfectly. Chabo, I'm starting this with you. What do you think about his thoughts?
Okay, can't name a boom. He's just mixing things. I mean, from experience, from what some people are saying and all that. So he's well, he doesn't really know what goes into being a manager or something. I mean, if you remember, he said somewhere that now Omeji 20% to say that. 20% now Omeji no any issue.
Yes, I know Hano.
Yeah, he feels that you are not working that much to get it, to get that money now called the man. And now the problem is, it means he doesn't know the work of a manager for that manager to earn that money. And his experience, Sa ne namfo na odo mo ye manager na anko yi no. That's where the issue is. O said the worker say o friend na or say I will get back to you because that manager no or need power bia or need bibia to even negotiate on your behalf. And he will say I will get back to you. Now I heard so betimi no abekasa and he say when timi no wa mekasa on timi ko frɛ bim because I will get back to you no work. And a lot of our managers go through that same thing. One artist ne kasa na obeye negotiation a ontimi conclude because as artist ni input them they can negotiate on behalf of the artist. But elsewhere the manager can do that negotiation before the artist will even be aware of it because of that kind of but in our case it's not like that. Whatever agreement happen as artist ni input ba artist ni input amakro obesake obeke wakwa disika na wati na like a whole lot. They don't trust or the professionalism is not there. So I understand him because there's no professionalism in their space there. As they're doing their own thing. So you get an artist who can go and negotiate and even tell the guy paying say Charlie dash some 2,000 B, I will come for it later. And then later that guy will go and tell the artist that your guy no or pockety before bringing the money. So now he will not have trust again. So he wants to handle his thing. But the point is, if he is getting all the gigs that he is saying he is getting, he can't do it alone. And yes, I want to be here, I will call you back maybe. Because you are playing, one day you are playing about 3 gigs. And so at the time that you were negotiating for the same day, how did you do it?
No, he did not negotiate on the same day.
Yeah.
But he negotiated differently, but he's playing the show
the
on the
same day.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that how at the time now we friend now on the can man that day no. Not because I friend no also man the same day no. How did you do it? It will be difficult to even keep up.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of keeping date and time.
Yes, and I make the difficulty of it no. Say obi friend or now o man date no. Na obi fufuro friend wa. Obe kai say sad date no kwa me dey am obi no me man.
He go and check his booking.
Exactly. And now one abesan your
yes.
And as an artist you know you are thinking about writing a song, going to studio, doing whatever, and at the same time keeping records of bookings and all that.
Yes, the stress will come.
Yes, and I make I say no I'm fun.
It's not sustainable.
So what I doubt him say onya gigs now or kana because onya ampa he can't do it. Say if it is coming once a while there, why not? He can handle it himself. But I say okay say Sammy one day meet me but 3 one.
No, it is true.
It's true.
Yes.
Then he's not telling the truth about he
not
handling everything. Yes. I think he has input in whatever goes on, but he's not the one doing the bookings and everything. Maybe will be friend or back Charlie anyway in Kasamami or BB. And after charging, he will talk about I'll take 20 and if you agree to pay the 20,000, okay, fine. Now the rest, talk to this guy. Now so I guy no be my date time I be no later no be catch no. But he can't be the one doing all those things and at the same time being the artist. No, I doubt to say with me but I understand him because in our space there are no professionalism going on. They do their own things. In the news, I can say offer now be cry 5,000. Some person or ban show now offer no as a manager no. Apart from getting gig only any source of income be. And you say Sammy dear cry we can't pass through. We have to take something. But or no as an artist who said no. I mean Sammy dear let's go without getting anything because we will get it back to somewhere else. Thinking business or by in different direction. By the manager no. Sad day no be ba no na be cry or no nya adwuma bi. So or no dey here cause Sammy won kwan there. We should get something so that me too I get my cut. And it's because professionalism anyhow. Because if you are having maybe contract with your manager or you have something going on that he knows that okay we may not get it today but we can make our money tomorrow. he will agree. But your course I mean hoba na to okay we yi na dia or you know I dey lose. Because as for you there, you will still get the benefit from Sammy later.
Yeah.
But that manager will not get. So I think I will advise that they try to be more professional when it comes to dealing with managers, their relationship with them. A lot of them start as a friend and then later they become manager and all that. Even our top artists, that's how they all started. And now I think more professional kakra than those started. But all of them almost started a friend. No dinechi, no buano, and obey a manager. And into one who dinechi, buano, and kuya, the same thing will happen. And unfortunately, in our space, some of them as managers, you know, sikabia bana say ya omo pocket bi. One thing I have omo pa, and into no one trust omo. Or no be better share one by GBA for and it's one thing.
No, for yes.
Yeah. It's happening. And a honor mammy, but obviously he doesn't understand the game so well as or Bemuno. And the claim of getting a lot of shows booking now still on a hand. Let's imagine somebody like Shatawali or Sarkodie taking the same route. A very crazy. In fact, a new disappointing probably because a lot will come back and forth negotiations and all that. So if after money issue, no, the rest deal with this guy. But if you say that money what booking what oh, come on, that's too much.
Okay, Ro, continue from there.
That's I mean. When he said he didn't have a manager, in fact, me I was laughing in my head because I knew, and he came back to confirm indeed he had a manager sort of, as in what the people.
Is that what he has is an advisor?
Advisors. So like Chemo said, the whole arrangement has to do with okay. Azonto beje say emerge 30K. Okay, my tears me senis kanama. Okay, my jet. When a barrister and casa na me share when an hotel or any booking any time na everybody na. So barrister who is my advisor. Whenever another person calls to say, I don't to me say me here day with you. We are available. Me available. Beji say maybe 50. My senis kanama. When a barrister arrangement. It is barrister that will come and alert me that yaji booking on that same day anopa. By way the any so we can do it in the morning and in the evening.
But now he said he is doing all those things.
You see, what he is doing is he taking the bookings. But when it comes to the external arrangements, he can't do it. Even if he is the one doing it now. I tell you, all things being equal, let's say he is going to be hot from now out to the end of next year. He can't sustain it. I give him up to February. He will break. I give him up. You know, it is understanding of the music business. Most people or most of these artists, what they actually think about is the title and not the role. That is what they think about. They think about, I've given you the managerial title, but the role that you are going to play is what they don't know. We have, when you ask him about the manager, we have the executive manager, we have the road manager, we have the business manager. So if you tell me, if you come to me and tell me you want a manager, I ask you, which one do you want? Do you want the executive manager? Do you want the business manager, or you want the road manager? Because as it stands, the business manager and the artist are more or less like partners. Same with the executive manager. So, the business manager sort of has a percentage because of the role he is playing in the artist's career.
That is if he has invested.
Yes. Even if he doesn't invest directly. So this is the role, some of the roles of the business manager. You can be there and the business manager actually has the power to negotiate on your behalf.
He will bring the job.
So the business manager goes to companies, looks for endorsements and all those things and come and give them to you.
And we are going on set to shoot.
Exactly. That is the role of a business manager. And the business manager has the sole power to sit at tables and negotiate even before they come and tell you the price on board. That is the role of the business manager. But these artists sometimes pick road managers and expect them to play roles of business managers. A road manager cannot negotiate deals on your behalf. A road manager is just to prepare places for you, to make sure you are comfortable where you are, to make sure they align themselves with your bookings, so they can even serve as personal PAs or some of a sort to also remind you to keep you in check whenever you go out. That is the role of a businessman, a road manager. Okay. But they give them manager without specifying the type of manager they are looking for. So once Osaka
it makes them assume more power.
Yes. Into Osaka say manager now make 20%. What type of manager make 20%? Because say a road manager, it will depend on the agreement you go with the person. If it is a business manager, it depends on the role agreement you go with the person. So what agreement did you go with the person to already 20% there? And if it is an executive manager, somebody who is investing so much and directly into your craft, the person, you should be able to understand that per the contract that you went with the person has the power to tell you, sit down, don't go here, don't go there. I know you have a relationship with this person, but don't go. Because the person has something at stake. The person is protecting their capital, their investment. Same way you also want to protect your investment and your relationship with Sammy Flex, which is why you think you need to create Sammy Flex platform. To you, it is also your way of protecting your investment, because you are protecting your relationship that you would earn in the future. And he's also in protecting the investment of him paying for your studio fee, paying for your attire, your costume, your food, transportation, everything, so that he can also get it, value for it.
Of course. If he protects it and the money comes, that's when he also gets paid.
So they shouldn't be ignorantly selfish and assume that, okay, the fact that I have given you manager or barrister is my friend, then I have when you give the person that managerial role, you guys should be able to sit down and understand which managerial role you are giving to the person. So somebody will just give a managerial role to you. Once you in your head you think you are playing the road managerial role, they will expect you, okra me no way, umfa de obi amada, umfa we bi amada, de bia ye kwa na odimechi, de bia you've made the person the road manager.
So what do you want him
to do?
He can't negotiate on your behalf.
Yes, unless you've given the person, me say, who you business manager, kope juma bra, kope shows bra, kope deals bra. That is when the person is not bringing those things, you have the right to even fire the person or even call for the person's head. But you don't make somebody a road manager and ask him why he's not bringing business. Is the person your business manager?
Okay, thank you.
On the flip side, before I wrap up, the flip side, those who also assume blindly or ignorantly those positions are also partly to be blamed. Because I tell you, see, the way I hear condemning friends and cronies say, assuming positions or they are same way some friends who also are very intellectual. The person who is your friend can also serve as a very good business manager for you.
Of course, if only he knows his
way
and out.
But now it will be like, who you be a downfall. Now your father say, oh, be me manager. It is more or less that tag or stigmatization here was say, so far as you are my friend, who name she. But meanwhile, forget to say, even if he's your friend who name she, just like once who name she was assuming position of an artist, you guys can equally learn on the job and grow.
Thank you, Roland Amate. Young barrister will speak finally on DJ Azonto not employing a manager because of 20%.
Before then, do we have managers in Ghana? That question has always been.
Yes, we do.
No, this one reminds me of a question Stonebwoy also asked that. Which university trained managers in Ghana?
And which you see, it is the same way that we can also question their music careers. because about 90% of them did not also go to music schools to become musicians.
It is time for a young barrister to speak to the issues.
This same issue will take us back to the Akon case, where the international labels are coming into thing. We are facing this problem because the industry is already porous. We don't have the structures.
No professionalism.
If we have the structures where the record labels are working and they source talent, I'm sure that before you enter into the label, they will point to you that these are your managers. And then you would have the right to bring on board a road manager, sort of, that play the role of your PA. In Ghana now.
You can even bring a business manager, provided
because
you
when
have
you,
confidence in
I quite remember with Xylophone, they have a manager, and they were given a space to bring their own manager, and I think that Bulldog was playing the artist and repertoire manager. If we have a system like that, artists like DJ Azonto will not have problem to move in that direction, because when you come on the board, like they tell you, okay, this as your manager, you have the chance to bring a road manager, and then the road manager will be paid by you or by the company. Then you will know that yes, now the rules are specified and you can now move with them. But in our case, everybody is doing his or her own thing. A musician comes in, and then there is no record label, there is no managers anywhere. So obviously there is a friend who is always following me, so that person,
he becomes the automatic manager.
The automatic manager, and we assume that that person should go out there and lobby and bring the record, the deals and all these things, and it's not happening. And at the end of the day, they have problem. But I think that, like Roland said, the people who are playing the road manager role in Ghana, they are doing so well, and we should not, based on chop make a chop selfishness, kill them, because these people would always go to shows. They want to come and check the stage. They want to check, they want to check the place before you even come on stage. So they do all the underground work, they do all the dirty works before you even come on stage to perform. And after the performance, they are the one who are going to make sure that mentally you are okay before you set off to go to wherever you are coming from. So for him saying that he's not having a manager, if the person is moving with has an attitude of not replying messages, of not doing the business that he thinks the road manager should do, I think it is right for him to get a proper person who can do the work for him. But he cannot kick out that role that, okay, because he can deal directly with event promoters and organizers, he can do the work. You cannot do the work. The music space is so huge that if you think that you alone can work, by the end of maybe like the festive season would even break you. It will break you. You get it. These people are there to also
support you, cushion you, so that you can even consider you can pay attention or concentrate on other things.
Yes, they are, like I've seen, let's say Black City, who has been so good, and from start we knew that Black City was a road manager. I have witnessed a scene at the Paloma, where Stone would have to pull a gun and stuff like that. He was so angry to a point that he didn't even want to perform that very day, and Black City came around like, we need to perform. The fans are already there, we need to perform. And then he said, you are the only person I can listen to. That statement alone, everybody came, even the hotel managers came around. They were telling him, come and perform, and he was like, no. But immediately the road manager came on board and said, Stone, the fans are there, I know, like, let's go and perform. And he said, you are the only person I can listen to. And he went perform as if nothing happened. So sometimes these people play a lot of, I don't know, either psychological role,
very, very
like, so you need them around you. You cannot kick them out. If you kick them out, then the industry is not going to work for you. But the question again is, do we have real managers who can, like the business managers, like the executive managers who can, go out there and say, yes, we have this deal for you. We have this
because
ambassadorial deal for you.
somebody
we have bulldog them.
Oh, good. Like he's struggling.
Somebody like Richmond Amofasapon. Richmond Amofasapon for Fela Makafui and Medical. That guy is doing so well with them. He is their business manager, and we can all see clearly the kind of endorsements, deals, and stuff that he brings to them on board. Fela Makafui has always been saying this, and same as Medical. And this is somebody who is playing the role of a business manager so well, but you hardly see him. You hardly see him around them.
You see, these managers here, they are people who are supposed to be making a lot of investment in your craft. The problem we have in this industry is that they are not making those investments. So the musicians will feel like because they are not making investment, if something goes wrong, they have every right to sack them.
They are not making that investment because that is not their role.
Okay, that is it. Azonto can decide to employ the service of a manager or not.
But he said he has been playing a lot of shows, like the 1 minute one, the 1 minute.
Which 1 minute?
Like I witnessed Jollof and Afrobeat. It was just some 1 minute.
For Jollof and Afrobeat, he could only perform.
We just
one.
No, he could perform only one.
Only one song.
Yeah.
But he has only one hit song.
No.
Yeah, Adwele. You know he Adwele.
Yeah, I didn't know until I also met him yesterday.
Yeah,
really?
Adwele.
Yes, he has about 4 songs.
Oh really?
And they are all known songs. Yeah, I also didn't know until yesterday. Seriously, yes.
A whole band to our music.
Yeah, I also didn't know.
A whole band to our music.
And is the evidence of why he doesn't have a good manager.
Yes. Because what Timmy
a manager, yeah.
Yes. What Timmy be my friends are afa.
Oh
yes, I can. Well,
Adwele.
Yeah, Adwele too. I hear it's not doing bad.
Adwele.
Well, so Azonto, we wish you well. We wish you well. Just that I say you no cry nyenchesa, or so no cry you no nyenchesa because say the industry them will be kakra. Now,
You see,
I think in Ghana.
No, I'm coming. I want to add this thing. I think sometimes these musicians will come and be talking anyhow because they don't have such people in their life. Some managers will nurture you. They know when to go for interview and when not to go. And that is where the professionalism comes in play. So he needs somebody to coach him. That look, this is the journey. These are the things we need to do. These are, then he can.
But he has 2 advisors.
See, even when our president gets advice,
I'm sure very soon I'll be part of his advices. Yeah, I'm very soon I'll be part of his
so
advices.
for life.
I know, for life is our life. Now, finally, we have all been seeing a trending video of Akon talking about Black Sheriff, and I don't know what it means to us as followers of his talent. I think not long ago, his manager was even calling me. My producer had to talk to him. I don't know what for though. I'm asking that, yes, this is not the first time a brand like Akon Stitcher is talking about Black Sheriff. I think we've been seeing that often. We've been seeing that here and there. But the story is such that, what are they doing with all these things? Are they maximizing from all these statements coming from these people? Or better still, are we to also caution him that he shouldn't be swollen-headed with some of these things they say, so they ignore maybe the small people who might come to them for business? Because I know what I'm saying, that okay, Akon is talking about him, maybe DJ Khaled is talking about him, maybe a certain big man elsewhere is talking about him. What it means that if Roland comes to them with a business proposal, Roland, Akon is talking about me, how are they managing something? I think about them. Like, I think about them, say, hey, these guys, I know, I know they'll be going through a lot with some of these things happening around them, because this Akon talking about, hey, the guy is an expert from Africa, or why now and the barrister. Charlie, can we do this? Obeti, hey, Binsua, no, yeah, and Kebebwan. Because yes, we know the Akon story. He signed on some big artists and blah blah. But how? Like how? Let's go watch the video song, and when we come back, we have this discussion.
So, what other artists do you see on the continent that you feel, you know what? Yeah, this is it.
I'm a huge fan.
What other artists do you see on the continent that you feel, you know what? Yeah, this is it.
I'm a huge fan of Black Sherif right now. I think he, maybe because he just reminded me of the energy of myself when I came out. When I see him, and I remember that first record, bro. I was in New York City when a friend of mine named Bako from Mali played me the song. I said, yo, who the F is that?
Yeah.
Bro, like you can hear, you can hear in his voice, like you don't even
pain.
You can feel the pain, you feel the struggle, you hear the challenges, but you can just hear a ghetto kid just wanting to get out.
Yeah.
Like it's the way he says it. Like, you know, it's real. It's not nothing that's fabricated.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you feel that, especially if you've been that. You understand?
100%.
And he's just one of those, like, I was like, wow, this kid is going to be something stupid. And if no major picks him up, they need to get to him before I do. I promise.
Why did I feel that we was getting to that? No, because you don't play when it comes to talent.
No.
That's one thing we know. We can go through the list of some of the biggest talents that maybe people overlooked.
Right.
You know, Lady Gaga,
right.
you know, T-Pain. You know, the list does go on. But I'm just giving them two absolute world-class, you know, stars. So like Black Sharif, you know, you better run somewhere.
That boy right there is a monster. No, he's the voice to me. He's the voice of the youth in Africa.
All right, so that's it. Akon talking all the beautiful words for Black Sheriff, and like I'm saying, this is not the first time a person of a stature like Akon is talking good of Black Sheriff. They keep hearing it, and of course, if you're a person and all these guys talk about you, you'll feel good. If I should use our parlance, you'll feel swollen-headed. How should they manage some of these things that come their way? Let's cut from here and end it. Young barrister, start this for me.
I think this is the time that the manager role comes in play as well, because they are the people around you who would tell you that this and this and this. Don't let this thing enter your head, because we have a lot of years ahead of you as a young musician. If you get all these praises and you think that because some Akon somewhere is praising you, you would have to have certain kind of character, it's going to kill even your spirit alone, because it is going to put some kind of, you know, big head on you. Like, if Akon can endorse me to that light, then there are some people I will not even see in the industry, like the Ghana UK Artist of the Year. You will not even book it, because there are certain caliber of people who would put some endorsement on your head. So I think this is a time that he needs the people around him to start advising him. There should be a proper team that would tell him that this is not the time to be focusing on stuff like that. The music is what you are meant for, so deal with the music. Some of these things are just bonuses. Yeah, but with the praises coming from Akon, it's right, just one African praising another African. And he has done that for Sarkodie before, and I'm sure after praising Sarkodie, he went on to sign Sark with his...
No. He made the move, but
Sark did not
sign.
He didn't sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
He signed Wizkid instead.
He signed Wizkid?
Yeah, Wizkid.
Okay, but did it go on well?
Yeah, that has been part of Wizkid's elevation. Yes.
All right. So for me, I think this is the time that even the black bloc within the American music industry should focus more on the African musicians, that they are our own. Let's push them out there and make the world see them. And then again, we'll go back to Akon's story, that the industry here in Africa is always going to give a hand or room for outsiders to pick our talents out there and then elevate them. So for me, it is a good call from him, and I think Khalid also did the same thing, and others are also doing stuff like that. That thing should not even eat him up. This is the time for him to focus on his craft, and this one should only be pushing him. He shouldn't become so arrogant in terms of the praises that are coming. He should only focus on the industry, and he should also not forget the Ghanaian industry, because if he tries that, like the way people are saying, I think Dr. UN is also saying that by 5 years it's going to fade away. As for Ghana industry, there be so now a day. Small time now, we want to retire somebody. Small time, we want somebody make it go. But I'm sure that Black Sheriff is actually leading that Ghanaian dream, and we pray that one day he's also going to be up there.
Okay, Ro, continue from there.
That's, I mean, it's it's very interesting, especially for you to have such comments from a top gun in the space like Akon and other people like that. It feels good. It feels good. But whether or not he is going to be swollen-headed is solely dependent on him. He is the only person who can determine whether he is going to be swollen-headed with some of these statements or not, or however he's going to react to some of these things. Because we can sit here and say he shouldn't be swollen-headed, and he would, and there's nothing we can do about it. We can say he shouldn't depend on this to disregard some people in the industry, and he would, and same way there's nothing we can do about it. The only thing we can do is to advise him. To me, I feel this is normal. Anybody who finds him or herself in Black Sherif's position is likely to get some of these things. He is not the first person, and he wouldn't be the last. He is not the only person. He can't last for 50 years or 100 years. Definitely, there will be somebody who would be hotter than him. There would be somebody who probably would take his place. It is nobody's fault. It wouldn't be his fault. It wouldn't be the person's fault. It wouldn't be the industry which is sabotaging him or something. But it is a natural phenomenon, and it will happen. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. So I believe these are just ways or words just to encourage you and to make you to appreciate whatever effort you are putting in your craft. It is just like somebody giving you at the part of your back to say, job well done, or you are doing good, keep it up. That's to me how I feel it should sound in his head. Not to make him pompous or, like you said, be a platform for him to disregard other people, especially when he wants to compare the weight or caliber of the kind of people coming to him. So that's the only thing we can do. Just advise him so that he doesn't get swollen-headed. And to us as an industry, for somebody of Akon's caliber speaking about an artist in our industry like this, as an industry, it feels good, because at least we know, yes, in the race, the race or the competition, we also have a huge player in there. Even though he is very young, it even gives us the hope that yes, even his age or his time or his short stay even in the industry as at now, he has lots of prospects and he has lots of things to do. So it is very satisfactory, and we will just congratulate him on that.
Okay, Chamo will close the show for us on his comments.
Yeah, so I don't think it's anything special. It's but getting endorsement of people of Akon's caliber talking about you is not bad. It's a way of you, or it's an indication that you are doing something right, and people like Akon is even listening to you or watching you in this space. So yes, for Black Sherif, I think now he can be sure that he's doing something right, but it's nothing special, because people like Akon, they don't just say this thing for saying sake. They are also saying it to make a move. I mean, in fact, in the video he said that if the bigger record don't catch him, he better wait for him. He will make a move. He also wants to make business out of it. So yes, the fact that you are doing well means any good guy or anybody who has eye for business and how they can make business out of your craft will obviously approach. Yes, but the danger or the difficulty is which one would you go for, or which one would you take? That's the most difficult part of it. And that one, yes, the road boys and then the advisors around him should be very, very vigilant, or should be careful. Because we have heard stories. I mean, after the deals, the things that will come out, sometimes it's not good, because you don't get good deals.
After the reggae play them.
That's the difficult part. So I think Black Sherif will be in a very difficult position.
Yeah.
Because a lot of deals will be coming. And yes, and it will be difficult to which one should we go for and all that. I mean, we even heard of the Empire deal, what came up and all that. So going for a huge deal like this, and some of these guys, when they are coming with their deals, it's not easy. The kind of contract that they bring, and then even reading it is a huge job. Reading their contract is crazy.
Yeah.
So if you don't take you just this one is too much. Let's just sign. Sign. Or more Diani dinner.
Zeros now.
Let's sign.
And so last but one page
later you will see that you have signed all your rights to them and other stuff and all that. So I think it's a good indication that he's doing the right thing, and difficult for him to choose. That's the irony or the paradox of choice. You want choice, but you get a lot of them, and now you are struggling to becomes a problem for you. So we wish him well, and more job for road boys and then the advisors around, and hopefully they can choose right, and Black Sheriff
make good moves.
Yes, and then Black Sheriff will succeed. I mean.
Well, let me also take this opportunity to announce that Dubai is still in February. I'm still getting calls from people who are asking whether we are on. Yes, we are still on. Maybe we have to just allow Christmas to pass, World Cup to pass, then we enter into full gear for that one. You can be a part of it from 9th to 16th February 2023 in Dubai. If you want to spend your vows day abroad with your loved ones, why not? Link up, call us, number on the screen, and let's do it like we have always been doing it. On this note, I want to say thanks to Intimdo Solomon, you can call him Chamo, Roland Amate, and Young Barrister, as well as Digital Rasta Currency, which Flex, Emmanuel Fowila, PG, Gideon Neelam Tessin. I am Sammy Rasta. Hey, did I say Sammy Rasta? I'm Sammy Flex. Okay. I'm Sammy Flex, and I'm sure we'll see you some other time. More videos coming your way, and see you in Sierra Leone. To our Sierra Leonean fans who have been watching us, yes, we're coming to town already. I just got a message from one guy. Let me give him a shout out already, because he says if I come there, he doesn't see me go boa. He says he wants to take a photo with Shatta when he comes, so I'll try to see how best I can do that for him. So he said his name is Leodo, aka Blinksdo. So shout outs to you, Leodo. He tells me he works with a mining company. He says we are the Ghanaians doing mining work in Sierra Leone County. So tell him to remember us on stage. No problem, Leodo. Shatta will surely give you guys a shout, and you see how best we can arrange some meet and greet whilst we are there. So see you guys. We'll be seeing you guys soon. We're out of here. Bye.